Hello, I'm Paul from Mode 7 and this is Frozen Synapse 2. This video is intended to give you an overview of the early part of the game and also describe what the game is about. And its nefarious purpose is to get you to wishlist this on Steam if you would like to have a look at our development updates and if you'd like to just stay in touch with us for when we release the game, which hopefully will be extremely soon. So this game is inspired by an older title called XCOM Apocalypse. You're a force that has been sent into this city, the city of Markov Geist, to defend it against incursions by a mysterious force that is coming in from the outside and threatening the integrity of the city. Now, there are various different factions within the city. We can see the areas they control here, and you have to keep all of them happy. They all have their own agenda. And finally, there are, this is a bit buggy currently, different districts. And the districts also fund you. So when nasty things happen in the district, they'll get annoyed with you and call you up to try and help out with them. So I'm just going to advance time quickly to show you the first thing that happens in the game. So we have an incursion that has arrived here, conveniently very close to our base. And this is the district governor for this district, New Corteca, and he is asking you to go in and deal with it. I'm going to be skipping story for the sake of spoilers. So the first thing I want to do is head over to the Mercenary Market here and take a look at the mercenaries that are available. Now in this game, you are using cloned mercenaries. So if they die, they regenerate at your base after a period of time. And you have to basically license the rights to them from this market here. So I'm going to take, I think, a knife here. I'm going to assign that mercenary and add it to my strike team, and then I'm going to send the strike team off to deal with this incursion. Now, the game gets a lot more complicated as you go on, and I will be showing you some of that later. So we're going to attack the incursion in this building. Now, the incursion force will pop up in different areas of the city, and it's also going to be revealing the location of these objects called relics. All of the factions want relics. When a faction gets a relic, it massively boosts its power and its money and its ability to do various things in the city. So here you can see we're zooming down into one of the buildings, and you can do this to any building in the city whatsoever, and also any intersection on the roads. So if you've played Frozen Synapse 1, you'll remember the procedurally generated levels we had there. These levels are a lot more complex. Some of them use preset areas, like this part of this level, this restaurant is preset, and then randomly generated areas around them, like this car park. And other levels are fully randomly generated. Generally, when playing the game, you'll see a lot of very different stuff. So this is a simple level to get you into the game and into the combat. I'm just going to aim here and take out this unit. You can see there the focus diamond. That gives me an advantage if I predict where the unit's going to be within it. This is an assault rifle unit and this is a pistol unit, so I'm expecting that to go very much my way. I'm also going to unlock this building by moving to the zone here. You can see this area is currently invisible to my satellite, and the windows have a force field around them, as do the doors. So I need to unlock that, and that's basically to allow us to give some level flow. The knife unit is kind of a silly unit, but I will just bring that in there just in case. Now, this game is very much a culmination of our work on Frozen Synapse 1 with its tactical combat, and on Frozen Cortex with some of the wider systemic stuff we did there, introducing variation to the units and things like marketplaces and other systems. This game is hoping to basically create what we're calling an open world tactics game. So you can make a lot of your own choices in terms of how you approach things, where you go, how you engage with factions and so on. But there is also a linear story that runs through the game explaining why the city is as it is and explaining some of the background behind this incursion force and the relationship that you have to other factions in the city. Okay, so we made a good decisive move through there, taking out that pistol. The pistols can beat assault rifles in some situations, so we do have to be a tiny bit careful, but hopefully we're going to do okay here. I don't know what to do with my knife unit. I think I might run them through here and just duck them down there to provide a bit of a distraction. They're very fast, but they're not very powerful, and most bullet-based units can shoot them, so it may get taken out there. It's largely there for fun. Okay, so those pistols are backing off into there. I think what I'm going to do is bring a unit around the outside. So I'm going to put on this feature. This is the long turns feature, and that basically means the turn ends at the end of my longest plan. So if I make this plan for a unit here, I can bring them around, strafe them in there like this. I'll also bring this unit here, start aiming, probably start aiming at that point, and then bring them through to here. We'll get the knife involved as well, just to see if they can do anything useful. I doubt they will. Let's prime that turn. We are currently at the stage of balancing the game, so we're not really adding features anymore, and also there are quite a few bugs still left to deal with. So as soon as all of that is done, we will be releasing the game, and that should be very, very soon. I don't want to give you an exact date yet, because I don't know if we're going to be ready to do that by the time this video comes out. If we have, then I will look slightly foolish. Alright, coming around the side there, just about to get a view in. It's the benefit of long turns. We can catch them kind of turtling in there, and I'll bring that around, and I'll run the knife in, just to see if we get any knife kills. Ah, we did get a knife kill. Excellent. Okay. So now we've completed the mission. You can see here there's a relic, one of the items that the incursion force is trying to uncover. We can end the mission and we'll automatically pick up any objects that we uncovered during the course of that mission. So the district are going to be happy with that because we got there very quickly, and your funding from them depends on how fast you deal with things. So eventually you're going to want to have bases kind of around the city. You can see the city is fairly large, so by the end of the game you'll have a few bases around and you'll be rushing to deal with things. You have multiple viable squads. Alright, so we're going to send our strike team back to base now, and we're also going to look and see if we have any new mercenaries available. And at that level... Okay, well, I think I might do a contract, actually, and see if I can boost my money up a little bit. This is quite challenging. You can see the military level of the contract here, dealing with this raiders force, who are making trouble in the city. I could do a checkpoint, but I have to wait there for a long time, and I probably don't have time to do that. And here, this is a simple delivery job, which I can take. I think I'm going to take the delivery job, just to play it safe, so I don't get... annihilated in the early stage of the game, and I'm going to just wait until I've done that in order to get my new mercenaries. Now, delivery jobs can sometimes be attacked by other factions, quite rarely. This is just some extra story stuff that you'll get between missions. I don't think I'm going to be attacked currently, so that's good news. So we're up to 38. I don't think that tips me into the ability to take any other particularly exciting units. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to take the flamethrower. The flamethrower is a pretty good mid-tier unit, and I'm going to add that to my squad. So already we're getting a decent squad. I could have cut the knife unit there and perhaps paid for something a bit better, but I didn't feel like doing that. So let's fast forward time again. Okay, so here a district is calling me up and asking me to stop a particular venture. So factions basically do things of their own accord, which are called ventures. They intervene in the city and do various things. And here, the religious faction Blue Sunlight is performing religious education at a learning center, which some of the districts and the other factions don't like. So what we could do is agree to this, and we'll go and attack them, and we'll get a bonus from the district, but Blue Sunlight will then probably get very annoyed with us. I'm going to decline that at the start of the game. We don't want to get into a huge war, and we can see that they've decreased their funding to us by a little bit there. So we might have to consider doing jobs for them in the future. Once you have relics, you can activate them, basically secure them at your base, and then other factions can't take them. But occasionally, factions will chase you for the relics that you get. I'm just going to hang out here for now, I think, until the next incursion. So factions will just introduce themselves to you. This is Diamond Brothers, the banking faction. And they are explaining a bit of their history. They basically were involved with reconstructing the city. They injected a lot of capital into it at that time, and now they own a lot of things. And he is commenting on the fact that we did that delivery mission well. So the factions are generally aware of what you do, and they'll make comments about it, which is kind of nice. All right, so we're still hanging out here. That's just telling us that we installed the relic, which is good. Still hanging out here. Going to wait to see if the... Okay, so Blue Sunlight actually finished that venture that we were told to stop. And we also learned that Guest, the kind of hacker faction, are out doing some surveillance, and that may or may not be popular with other factions or districts. If we wanted to annoy Guest, if we wanted to undermine them, we could go and attack this venture. Just looking at the factions now, we can see Guest aren't doing too well. Their military strength isn't too high, and they don't have too many buildings either. So essentially, we could go and sort of attack them and maybe take their money if we were feeling particularly nasty, but we're going to play sort of relatively straight up in this game. Okay, so another incursion has appeared here, and this is at a library. So we're going to send our new squad with the flamethrower over there to deal with it and just see how we get on. Okay, so in this mission, we're not currently aware of, these units are not currently aware of our presence, so we can actually see what they're going to do. We can use our magical prediction algorithm to see what they're going to do. So this enables us to set up a deployment which might mean we can take advantage of that. So you can't deploy in the lot, and you can't deploy in enemy line of sight. So if I can perhaps aim through here, can I get that unit? Yeah, I get an advantage to that. Could refine that, but I can't really be bothered. This is just an SMG here, so I think I can probably get in there and deal with them. Okay, so by that point they are going to be, oops, they're going to be more sort of over there, I think. I got that wrong. They're going to be more over here. See if I can get the focus. Yeah, good. And then our flamethrower, we will just start here and perhaps run them into there without too much trouble. Yes, although we don't want to get into trouble with that shotgun there, so I'm just going to position them there. And finally, the knife unit, we'll zoom them in for a bit of close range action. They almost get to that assault rifle in time. Okay, let's see how that pans out. Okay, so we didn't manage to get this assault rifle, and we didn't manage to stop them killing those civilians, which is unfortunate, but that's not mission critical at this point, so we're doing okay. But we are in a decent position here. I'm going to bring the flamethrower here and see if I can perhaps shoot through there. Okay, that's good. We managed to get a decent shot off through that window. Oh, okay. We managed to take out the shotgun via the medium of flamethrower, and I think we've tricked that assault rifle pretty adequately into coming through there. If they back off now, they're going to get flame thrown. But I'll just pop that unit in there just in case. That should hold them in place. I think they'll be a bit terrified of that knife unit running through there. They may try and turtle and back off. Ah, yes, okay, good. So we trapped them in there. Pretty satisfying. Okay, we are now back on the map. The district, again, was happy with us. We did pretty well. So we're going to run back now. I don't know if we're going to get challenged for our relic. Looked like Guest might be trying to... That's just their surveillance squad. Might have been trying to get me there, but I don't think they were. So we'll activate the relic. We'll take the money. And now we have enough money for an assault rifle. One of the most useful units in the game. Lots of others have sort of specialist roles. The assault rifle is your bread and butter unit, and you can do a lot with them. So pretty happy with that. I would like to take on another contract. Let's see what this Raiders force is like. It might be a bit challenging, but we have a decent squad now, so we'll see. Okay, so these missions are designed to be faster, kind of skirmishes, almost similar to the sort of thing you'd see in Frozen Synapse 1. And here we have two turrets, which are really tricky units. These are going to turtle really hard and try and stay out of our way. A minigun, which is a long-range AoE unit. Okay, there we go. You can see how far that will aim up there if I do that. And so now what I'm going to do is I need to try and get a handle on these turrets before they start ultra turtling, which will be frustrating. If they do, I'm going to back off a little bit here and see if I can get the flamethrower. The minigun is the thing I'm most concerned about, which might run out to here and then fire. Yeah, okay, actually that's a bit risky. So this is indeed going to be fairly tricky. Let me just think about this. If I can bring this to here, that's good. I'm actually going to try to hide. The one thing about these AoE units is they are entirely blocked by cover, like everything else. The knife unit could be useful here if I could perhaps get that going on. Okay, not too bad. That... Oh. Okay, if I can actually get that kill, that will be good. If they don't back off too much, that will take out one of the turrets. Okay, good. One turret down. Oh, the minigun trying to fire through there. Wow, we managed to dodge. That flamethrower there is just heating the end of our gun slightly. But we did manage to avoid it generally. Yeah. Oh, oh no, we didn't make it. But they missed. They shot behind. I didn't quite time that right. And they shot me behind. Ah, oh, that could have been a great moment of heroism for the knife, but unfortunately we failed. Okay, now what we're going to do is attempt to bring this unit behind here. Oh, we came through there. That was very risky of the AI to do that. Very risky. It doesn't often charge out like that. I wonder if it was trying to... It does break its own pattern of turtling forever. I think we're okay here. We may well clean up. Okay, good. All right, so that was pretty satisfying. And how much did we get for that? Okay, we got a funding increase and we got 15,000. So it's not that much that you get for those missions because they do tend to be a bit random. All right, we have another incursion here, and I decided to do a quick parcel tossers mission in the meantime, just to get that delivery. Now, we've got enough for a grenade launcher, but we need an extra service to account for them. Let me show you the services. So these are basically things that you need to run your faction, and in the ammunition section, or the explosive ammunition section, in order to run those units, you have to purchase this service. So we can't quite afford that yet, which is annoying because I would like to be able to take a grenade launcher. Is there anything else we could get at that level? I think we could take a riot shield if we could afford, if there was one in the market, but there isn't. Nothing else. We'll take the SMG for now, just to help us out with this mission. And we shall go and send our squad there. Okay, so in this mission, our job is to capture this unit, and just like before, we can see where all of these enemies are going to be moving. So what we need to do essentially is place our units anywhere within this level where they can't see us, kind of imagining that we've sneaked in there, in order to facilitate an ambush. So I think one of the best things to do will be to try and get our flamethrower into position where we can shoot out somewhere like that eventually, or maybe sort of in the middle, so we can kind of do this. Yeah, that's going to be quite nice. So do we automatically kind of get a kill there? Might position them, just have them like move over a little bit once they've done that. Yeah, so they get out of the way. Okay, some good news there, getting that assault rifle. All we need to really worry about are these shotgun units. Oh, I got taken out by the pistol. He just charged straight in. I thought he was going to be more passive than that. That's not good news. That's not good news at all. And now it's coming from my flamethrower as well. So I've got to take them out with the gas grenade before they get too far. On the plus side, I did seem to get a shotgun there. Oh yes, they managed to come through the front door. So I forgot that they were actually armed. How embarrassing. Okay, I'm gonna. They're probably just gonna follow me. So in that case, I wonder if I can bring that through here without getting killed by the shotgun. Not looking too likely. Okay, I'm gonna just pop a grenade out there. Maybe they'll make the same mistake as their friend. Okay. We managed to hide in there. Except now we can't get out. Well, they should be relatively straightforward. I'm going to continue hiding in this bathroom. Okay, they decided to run for it, and we got them with the gas. Alright. Well, we managed that mission. Okay, so now I really need to send my squad back there. The district are complaining with me because I took so long, and I'm in debt. So that's not a good start to the game. Just goes to show, you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, I thought I'd show you what happens when you get further into the game. So I've got 3 bases at this point. We've got some very active factions, which I will just show you now. And things get a lot more complicated. Okay, so we have Brightling University, very powerful. Blue Sunlight and Diamond Brothers, all powerful. And I think we have a bit of a war going on with Safeguard. And yes, so what I'm going to do is just see if there's any interesting contracts that we can take. There's a lot of delivery contracts which I haven't done. There's a lot of things that I failed. Guests want us to give them the relic that we have, as do Forgiven Geometry. Okay, Diamond Brothers want us to attack Brightling University at this office for 73,000, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to send this strike team over there. They're asking us for the relic, which I don't want to give them, so I'm going to attack them. If we successfully attack them, this will weaken them a bit, so that when we go and attack their building, we might well be able to do a little bit better. Okay, so they have a decent squad here. 4 assault rifles, a sniper, and a shotgun and a pistol. So the first order of business is to get rid of this pistol. Okay, that sniper's being a bit problematic. Okay, that was a reasonably good turn for us. Especially if we don't... We're going to trade there, which is not ideal. I don't know if we can actually run out here. Okay, so we might as well just stand and fight there. Okay, Scoped Rifle did a good job of moving around there. That was nice. Oh, we got our shotgun taken out by just not having the range there. That's very frustrating. Oh, the sniper moved as well. And now we're down to just our scoped. Okay, we finally managed to flush out that sniper, but we didn't really do very well with beating that squad comprehensively. So we're going to have to send another squad over there. I'm going to try this strike team now. And in fact, we've been attacked by Safeguard, who have had our number for a while. And they're going to be particularly irritating to us. They're attacking one of our bases, so we'll have to defend. Oh, I see. They're attacking us just outside our base. And they've got... they're quite weak, so they only have a load of knife units and an SMG that have lined up to kind of just harass us, which is extremely annoying. Yes, I don't think they're going to really cause us too much of a problem here. Okay, that's enough of that nonsense. I was in the middle of sending Strike Team 2 out to attack Brightling University there. I think if I have another spare squad around, I might want to... I might want to go and attack Safeguard. So let's just have a look at Safeguard. Okay, looking good. We'll just give them the relic to get them to go away. Why not? Why not? Safeguard really aggressively attacking our bases, but they just don't have the forces for it. Okay, so here we're defending a base, and essentially what happens here is that until we spot the enemy, they have an advantage. So kind of the inverse that you've seen in some of the other missions. So I've set up some spawn locations here just very quickly. There are some militia outside who will fight for us. Basically, if you're in your own territory, then militia will fight for you occasionally. So we'll just need to see if these safeguard forces can see us. Now, this force is a bit better, so it must be one of their better strike teams. Okay, we spotted them. They didn't do anything particularly clever. Okay, Safeguard clearly at all-out war with us, and I think we do need to try and make it over to their base and take them out, really, because this is just going to get painful. Let's just check the faction screen again. Yeah, they don't have much left in the way of squads. A lot of their squads have been beaten. I might just take back that relic that Blue Sunlight took from us, although I don't really have the squads available for that, so let's just go and see if we can kill Safeguard. Yes. Okay, Safeguard are attacking us just outside their base, so they obviously had a checkpoint there. Looks like we got a bit split up here. They only seem to have one pistol in this squad though, so I don't think it's going to be too challenging. Alright, now we can attack their base and hopefully get rid of them. Okay, so base attacks now take place kind of in this completely contained area. So this might be one of the higher up floors on the building, for example. And they are dark inside buildings. So that means that if a unit is inside a building, you can't see it. As soon as it comes out into the open, you can. So it's kind of like a satellite coverage type situation. Now, if I get to this purple area here, I'll be able to see all the units. So that tends to be a good first objective to do. So I have a bit of a weird squad here, these 3 snipers and 3 assaults. So I am going to start by just aiming through here. I suppose in case anyone comes out, although perhaps that's a bit silly. I think I'll come out here and aim that way. Okay, good job I had sniper coverage of that area. I think we're going to be okay. Yes, we are. Oh, there are some other units that we might have seen over there. I think that's where the faction leader might be. So the faction leader is in this base, and if we kill them, we'll be able to knock them out of the game, which is always nice. Okay, all good. So we'll just get over there. I really suspect we're going to be going up here, so I'm just going to bring all my units into position for doing that. Okay, we can now see that the faction leader is indeed there, and they don't really have much coverage, so I think we're going to be okay to just storm in, basically. So I'm going to clear all my plans. I'm going to set the snipers up here to give me some sniper coverage, and then I'm essentially just going to rush, because I don't really feel the need to be particularly cautious here. I think we can make a quick job of this and then get on with the game. Yeah, they're rushing to take cover in one of the only locked areas still. Oh, close one there. They just ducked into this building. They're really trying hard to protect their faction leader and avoid us. I think we've got them pretty well pinned down now. Okay. Okay, we got them. They've been taken out, and so at this point we have the choice to either basically let them live they can kind of run away. The idea is that you kind of wound them and capture them. So you can either let them run away or you can let them go into hiding, and that takes them out of the map game, but it keeps them in the story. We didn't want you to be able to kill off story characters. The game can't cope with that, so they're still there, present in the story, with some of their forces sort of generally in the city, but they're just no longer competing as a big faction. So that's all good. They didn't seem to have any money in their base, which is a slight surprise to me, especially given that we took out their main base. It may just be a bug, or maybe they spent it all. Alright, so hopefully that's given you an overview of Frozen Synapse 2, how the game starts and how it can evolve into this multiple kind of factional warfare thing. There's a whole load of stuff that I didn't show here. You can pay off factions to stop attacking you, you can give them relics, you can do all sorts of different missions for them, you can investigate all of their ventures that they're doing here independently of any contracts. For example, here's the banking faction doing some money laundering. We can go there and attack them and interrupt their progress. And so the entire game really is about balancing all of these factional issues with your core role of defending against the incursions. And you can see how it gets quite elaborate when you have a lot of different squads around. The factions all develop over time, and everything they do gives them some benefit or will cause them some loss in terms of their squad composition, in terms of where their bases are and how many checkpoints they have and everything like that. Let's just take a look at the shape control. This will show you their current territory. And you can see how complicated things get eventually. So here we can see Diamond Brothers, the banking faction, with quite a lot of territory. We've got Blue Sunlight as well, making some inroads. And you can watch this change over time as the different factions do things. It's pretty cool. So we have a lot of these interesting dynamic systems happening all around you. Here's some multiple incursions coming down that you have to deal with, lots of squads moving around the map. And the idea really was to create a game that has both of the kind of linear story stuff that something like a modern XCOM would have, but also has that big systemic feel that maybe something like Jagged Alliance or XCOM Apocalypse would have, where you're never quite sure what's going to happen. You're going to see some weird stuff and different things will happen emergently with the factions. So if you think this is interesting to you, we are very close to release now. I would implore you, please go to Steam and wishlist the game. It's so hard to get attention for games now, even though this is a sequel and people do know the first game. It's just incredibly hard to reach people with the amount of noise out there. We've put a huge amount of work into this game for nearly 3 years now, and we are getting ready to get it into the public eye. So anything you can do would really help. Sharing this video, wishlisting the game, tweeting about the game, posting on Facebook, anything you can do would be massively appreciated. So thank you very much.